Welcome back. As always, it is your host, your friend, your mate, your pal, Arachnid Soul, coming to you today with something a little bit different. Rumble is back by popular demand, our returning champion, and today I thought, let's just talk a little bit more about religion, if you will, but let's bring him in right now, all the way from Canada. Rumble, it is nice to have you back. I'm excited to have you back. How's it going?
It's going good. Especially since like last time, the shrooms are kicking in.
Shrooms are kicking in. For you, I've had some weed. It's that Gorilla Glue. People already know.
Gorilla Glue, take 2.
They're not paying me, but if they want to pay me, I will gladly get sponsored by them. Rumble and I are two people, and we live in North America, and he's in Canada, so it's not as bad. I'm in the United States, so it's extremely religious here. And I just thought, let's talk about our upbringings, what we think about God and everything else. I know where I am. I think the people know where I am. What are you, Rumble? You're a believer? What's going on over there?
I'm like, I don't believe, but at the same time, it's kind of like I'm open to the possibility. That's about it. Like, I was brought up like I wouldn't even say I was brought up in a Christian household. I was told to go to church with my friends. Is basically how that worked.
So your parents weren't even going to go?
No, they weren't going. They were just shipping me off with a bunch of kids in the neighborhood because, they just didn't want to deal with us, I guess. I don't know.
That's hilarious. That was the babysitting.
Yep, that's what it was.
Let God babysit them.
That's what I remember anyways. I was so young, but I remember going, but my parents were never there. So
I'm the exact same way. I mean, I'm an atheist, and I think that's what atheists are. Atheists are people who don't believe that there's a God, but we're open to it. It's not like if he showed up and did some magic tricks and shit, I'd be like, nope, still not believing.
Yeah. Like, I think there's something greater than us, but I don't believe it's one being that is looking at us and going, you must worship. I am end all be all. Like, that seems like bullshit to me, but there's something going on. I just don't know what it is.
If there's some higher power out there, I'm still, and we won't be around to see it, but I'm still taking the guess now, and people in the future who listen to this recording can say that guy was onto it. I think it's probably aliens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm on board with that one.
And the thing is, I hope it's at least a group of adult smart aliens and not just some kid. The parents bought him an ant farm.
Yeah. No, I lean more towards the possibility of it being like an actual science thing that they're working on. They're like, yeah, we got this idea. We want to see what it does. We have to give it an optimal environment and see what it does in that environment. And usually as scientists, even here, we think, well, let's put it in an environment that we couldn't survive in to see if we could make something that would survive in it.
Right.
So that's what I think. Like, every time my mind wanders in that direction, it's kind of like, well, they're just, the reason why we're getting visited, that everybody thinks we're getting visited, well, it's because they are. They're like, let's check out this experiment and see how it's going.
Well, I think the experiment might be too, because they're watching us and they're like, damn it, every time we run this experiment with these group of weird beings, they always end up killing themselves within
exactly
a couple of million years. I think that they could communicate with us. I just think that it's like us with ants. We don't think to communicate with the ants because we think intelligence-wise they're so beneath us that it just doesn't even occur to us.
Right. But do you think for a moment that they have some form of religion? Well, of course we wouldn't know that because we don't communicate with them, but do you think they have a form of it?
Yeah, I think they're all Mormon.
Yeah.
All Mormon. No, I don't know. I mean, I've never thought about that, but that is a crazy idea, because my thought was, if they are behind all of this, when we get out there, we'll be able to move beyond religion. But if they've got their own religion, we're just fucked. I'm an atheist, but at the same time, I could not have grown up in a more religious household. Like, it was Christian. It was Baptist Christian. I went to Sunday school every Sunday. I would sit there for not one mass. We'd have a mass. We'd go out to eat. We'd come back. Then there was the afternoon mass.
The afternoon, yeah.
Church bake sales. I went to Christian and Catholic private schools half my life. I had Bible coloring books. I had anything you could imagine to try to get a kid to believe in Jesus Christ and God and religion, and it just never took.
Right.
I knew what I needed to say to not get slapped, but in my head, I was thinking, this is bullshit.
You see, me, it was the complete opposite. Like, they just kind of sent us there as daycare, like as we were saying earlier. It's, yeah, on weekends, you're going to end up going there. You're going to church every weekend. You're going to the church every day. So Saturday, Sunday, we'd go to the church, and Sunday was the big day. Like, you had to dress up and everything. But my parents were never there. It was never in my household. I grew up without it. The only time I ever heard about it was from, like, my grandfather or something every now and then would say something along those, like, God is watching or something like that. That was it. Like, it never went beyond that. So I didn't grow up around religion at all. It was just, and even then, like, when I did get a little bit of it, it would always be like, yeah, that sounds like bullshit. No matter what, it's like, this all sounds like dumb bullshit. It's like an excuse. I always saw it as an excuse for things.
I think it's an excuse for capitalism. I think there's some people that they figured out a good scam. They mixed it with like some Jewish fairy tales, and they said, here's Christianity, and we're going to make some money off this thing. And they have.
Yeah.
I mean, they, like the Christian leaders in this country, they're tax exempt. They pay zero taxes on their businesses.
Like, to be clear, like, I'm not against capitalizing.
No,
like,
me either.
Like, if you have a talent, you have an ability, you have something, yeah, go for it. Like, take what you can with it. But yeah, don't become these large corporate companies that that capitalism sucks. Like, you get everything off the backs of everyone else. That's the capitalism I hate.
Well, I mean, but that was one of the things. Early on, they figured out the best way that we can make money in this system is to just get people to work for us for as little as possible. At first, they were working for free. First it was just slaves. Then somebody said, hey, you got to pay these people something. And they said, all right, how little can we pay them?
Back to religion. Yeah, here's the plate. Please put some money on the plate for us.
Yeah. Oh, well,
that's
yeah,
the
you're supposed to give
right there.
You're supposed to give 10% of your 10%. Annual income.
Tithe your income to us, please. It's all to God. And no, it's not.
It's a tax on religious people, and the people collecting those taxes are tax exempt.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. It's a great business to be in. And I look at these people and I say, these are show business people, Joel Osteen and all these people. I'm like, these people are tremendous. And they're doing a set every Sunday.
Yeah, it's so much worse in the States. Like, we don't have that here. We just don't.
Yeah, you guys are like, you're doing it the right way. You're telling people, like, yeah, if you want to believe in this, you can, but...
Yeah, like, you will give you some tax exemptions, but, I mean, it ain't gonna be much.
Right. If I were a less honest person, that is the field I absolutely would have gone into. I would have either been one of those evangelical televangelists, or I would have been a psychic. I don't know. To me, the whole religion thing, it kind of culminated. I was a little kid. I'm going to tell you a little story right now. I would go out to my friend's house early in the morning. He would get up early. I'd stay up late and then go out and meet him. And it was fine. And then at some point, my dad got remarried and this woman comes in, my stepmother, and she's super religious, super Christian. And she had a couple of kids, and she had convinced these kids that if they told a lie with their hand on the Bible, their tongue would fall out. And she told me that I was not to leave the house. It's summer vacation. My dad didn't care, but she said, don't leave the house until at least 8 a.m. to go hang out with your friends. I'm going to be upset with you. And I told her I wouldn't. But I didn't like her, and I didn't give a damn, and I was basically the same person that I am now, except shorter.
Oh, maybe that was the curse. You didn't grow a few more inches.
Yeah, and I said, okay, Saturday came, I wanted to go out with my friend. Wasn't supposed to go out until 8, but I went out at 7. I said, she's not going to know, she's still asleep. I came home, and she's like, hey, did you leave before 8? I looked right at her, I said, no, absolutely not. And her kids are standing there, and she doesn't believe me. I'm like, listen, because I was already a smartass. I said, neither one of us has a time machine, right? We can't take the other one back and prove anything, but there's one surefire way. Go get the St. James version of the Christian Bible. I will put my hand on it right now. I will look you dead in your eye, and I will tell you I did not leave the house before 8 a.m. And if my tongue doesn't fall out, I'm obviously telling the truth. And she would not do it because she knew I was lying, and it was going to expose the bullshit of religion to her children.
Look at you little fucking genius.
The logic is so loose that by the time you hit second or third grade...
Yeah. Oh, fucking. You just call an adult out on their bullshit. Like,
yeah, let's see.
They were more stunned by the fact that you outthought them. They're like, I'm a goddamn adult, and he what?
It was the first time that she didn't want to get the Bible, and I have to tell you, even at the age of 9, 7, I don't know what I was, there was no bit of me that thought, oh, this is risky, my tongue might fall out. Well, but I mean, it was just another thing in my life where I've accepted there's a stigma against it, and it is what it is. Like, I'm going to be invisible my whole life because there's a stigma against, like, the way I am versus the majority group. It's like I'm an atheist. So I've become very comfortable telling people. At first, it was still a little bit like, oh shit, how are they going to take it? And that's like, well, fuck it. Look what they believe in.
Yeah, exactly. Look what they believe in.
Let me do one more sign off.
Okay.
As always, it has been your host, your boy, your mate, your friend, Arachnid Soul, coming to you today with Rumble. As always, we had a little fun. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe right now if you will.
I just pulled my fucking headset. I was trying so hard not to laugh while you did that.
Oh my god.